Popcorn? Okay.
Hey, give me
Fucking
some
popcorn, because we're gonna be in this for the long haul, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just more, might be weird editing earlier, because we took a break, just like, we're testing, we're still working out the kinks, we're gonna be honest.
Video
So.
number 1. Those 5 of you who are watching. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you win.
Okay, but let's
What's
actually
your
let's
prize?
actually get to serious business.
Watch us more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the 5 pillars.
Okay, first, let's talk about our impressions about the first Kick-Ass. I like it. I don't really get all of the, well, I'll get some of the praises. The action in the first Kick-Ass I thought was pretty well, exceptionally well done. I didn't think it was as funny or subversive, or at least as pretentiously subversive as people thought it was. I thought it was like a nice twist on the superhero origins type story. And yeah. I miss Nick Cage.
Yeah, and you missed Red Mist. I kind of liked him better as Red Mist. Like you know, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I liked him better as Red Mist.
But yeah, I like it.
He was a bigger weenie. I mean, he's still pretty bitchy in this movie, but yeah.
He's supposed to be like...
You don't remember much about the first Kick-Ass.
I don't remember much because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I absolutely loved Big Daddy, and man.
I just saw Kick-Ass 1 yesterday, in fact, just to like clarify that. Luke, did you see it?
I saw Kick-Ass a while ago. I saw it as like a rental movie.
Okay.
My impressions of it, I don't care for it.
You don't care for it?
I thought, in all honesty, I thought like number 1, the main character Kick-Ass was a complete bore. I thought like...
I was hoping we could just separate it, you know, the lid.
I liked it.
Whereas like, it was supposed to be like this whole thing like how would it be like if a real superhero happens? There was like nothing of that. It existed in its own cartoonish comic book world, for lack of a better word. The action was basically from the goofy world of Kill Bill.
Oh yeah, that I like
Okay,
that.
well,
Kill Bill, yeah.
So,
I saw Kill Bill first. I'll forever say it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I think that,
but it's very Kill Bill-esque.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Kill Bill existed like in its own sort of basically silly world. It wasn't supposed to be realistic or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
I'm gonna
like
cut
that.
in, like, the problem with Kick-Ass 2, I think, well, one of the big problems with Kick-Ass 2, because it keeps saying, this is the real world, this is where...
It isn't. It freaking isn't.
They keep, like...
Let's go, I think we should, like, stick to that trope later, but first, let's go, I think it's better that we stick to revealing the plot first. So, spoilers right here. We'll go through the story step by step. So, at the beginning of the movie, we have that intro where it's kind of a shout out to the first Kick-Ass movie where Big Daddy is shooting a hit girl
it's almost line for line. It's almost line for line.
Line for line. Almost line for line, but...
Line for line,
but
shot for shot.
No, I wouldn't...
They do some subversions with it, but
yeah,
it's not that much.
In the words of a pussy like Kick-Ass. So... Yeah, but that... And then it brings...
For some reason... He retired. Okay, so Kick-Ass retired. Hit Girl, this is sort of training by herself until Kick-Ass wants to
get back into fighting crime
because he's bored.
Yeah, he's like, by the way, lamest story for a hero ever. I'm bored, so I'll do it. It works for villains because they have that twisted mentality.
What should I blow up next?
Yeah, it works for villains because of like the whole twisted mentality of it. But I never found that it works for heroes because it just doesn't.
Yeah,
and then like Red Mist from the first movie. Yeah, he's being pissy because his father's dead. Indirectly kills his own mother.
So pissed he fucking electrocutes her.
Yeah, not indirectly.
But he didn't do it well, he did it directly, but he didn't do it intentionally.
He didn't fucking mourn her or nothing.
No, like...
Okay, what happens? Okay, they're fighting. His mom goes into a tan bed.
Tanning bed.
And he's like, ah! And he kicks the grill. He kicks like some...
Don't knock the high.
He kicks the grill, and then sparks fly, and then she's dead instantly. There's like she doesn't like. It's not like in Final Destination 3 where like they
where they close it on her, and then like she basically burns up into a crisp.
But instantly,
that would have been more interesting at least.
Yeah, but then it's just like
and now he's left alone with well, like
with
an Alfred.
Javier. with his
Javier.
Luigi, John Leguizamo, who's one of the better I think it was one of my favorite characters.
One thing I will say is, like, yeah, I did like him. I thought that the banter between him and, well, the motherfucker was one of the best.
So he gets
was basically the best part.
Okay, explain it. So, like,
hold on. Let me just say that motherfucker is basically Red Mist reincarnated.
It's used very interchangeably.
And he's basically a bigger bitch than before. Yeah. Actually, not really. I still kind of like the older version.
I love how John Leguizamo was like, he's going through his mother's stuff, and it's like he finds his father's gun. It's like, I think it's okay to give it to like the hormonal angry high school senior.
You know, the guy who keeps talking about murdering.
Yeah, that seems like a great idea.
Your mom had big guns. What? You don't talk about my mother's titties.
And then to pull out the other gun, she has a freaking gimp suit apparently.
Yeah, I don't know who would that have been for if it's in her closet. I guess, yeah.
Fun and games, you know. S&M.
This movie,
this movie has a whole lot of it.
I'm gonna admit, like, this movie has a lot of weird uses of like pictures and like the foreground and the background. Because like in a lot of the early scenes, you see Nicolas Cage as a photo in the background a lot. And then like training in front of it or drinking hot marshmallows, because that was in the first.
That was in the first movie.
That was in the first movie.
No, but no.
And Mark Strong, he gets one shot, and then like he's like they big pen.
No, the thing is, like, what you bring up is an example of, I have to say, evidence for the fact that I don't know who directed this movie.
This is because like the original director Matthew Vaughn, who did
it was some guy like John.
He did
something.
He did this one is directed by Jeff Wadlow, who's apparently the only thing he's famous for, notable for, at least on IMDb, is Never Back Down.
Okay.
Which is like some kind of dancing or wrestling movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
Whatever. But then, even so, the director and the writer, they're pushing out this symbolism of father figures throughout the whole movie, because I guess starting from Kick-Ass 1, when Red Mist's father, mafia boss father, died.
I wish I replayed that clip. That was actually really awesome.
Yeah, when he got the bazooka. Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But then, father figures. It keeps on going, turning back to Big Daddy, like Hit Girl's own father.
Her father messed her up.
Yeah,
and
he trained his young girl into a revenge.
The one good cop, apparently, the one competent cop. Well, I guess because like he still like just gets in the way technically, but he has good intentions.
Yeah,
who's now Mindy's guardian, Hit Girl's guardian.
Yeah, and even you have you have him as a father figure, basically the guardian,
but
trying to
like
protect her from doing all of these things, you know.
Yeah.
And essentially,
it kind of storyline.
It makes a parallel to the fact that heroes are essentially like our father figures, you know. They try to protect us in any way possible, and it's to the point where we love them so much that we would almost do anything to like actually take revenge, which becomes the story of Motherfucker. So, but yeah, you would push out like it could be comedy, but and unintentional, but then if it had some meaning, the photos of Nicolas Cage or Big Daddy
and Mark Strong,
just call him Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, just bringing them back, through these photos.
It's very much like in Jaws: The Revenge, how like in one side you just had who's the main character? Who's the main actor in Real Jaws movie?
Not Mark Brody. What was his name?
James Brody was.
Oh God, I'm thinking of him.
Well, just like main
Whatever.
character from Jaws.
Put the name down there.
Okay.
If we actually have any fans, they'll put it on the comments.
Sure.
Whatever. We don't have Wikipedia open right now.
And I don't want to. I'm too.
Whatever. We're moving on. Continue your talk.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I guess we do like the weird thing in this movie is like they basically have like the three characters: Kick-Ass, Hit Girl, motherfucker. They basically go into their own separate storylines, and they sort of intersect at weird points.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk with the main one, which is I guess Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
is. Let me do this one. No, you do this one. I'll do the hip.
Okay,
I want to do that one.
Fine, I'll do
so Kick-Ass Dave, he can't team up with Kid Girl anymore because she made an extra super promise to her guardian that she can't be Hit Girl anymore.
Cross my heart and hope to die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking appropriate.
No liar. Nope, that's a fair. There was a mix-up. He broke up with his hot girlfriend from the first one, even though he should just told her.
Why?
Tie up that loose end.
You could have just cleared up the Kick-Ass thing. I think she'd be somewhat more understanding. Or at least clarify who she was.
Considering what I know, a lot of people would like to fuck a superhero. I don't think is that big of a deal.
No. I thought she did know. I thought she
didn't know about Kick-Ass. She didn't know about the Kick-Ass.
I thought she did know that he was Kick-Ass because in the movie.
Yeah, but he didn't explain like who Hit Girl was technically to him. So
that would make more sense.
That would have cleared up a lot.
Of
what he was doing because they said it's a Kick-Ass.
That was actually one of my first problems that I had with this movie. But now that you cleared it up, yeah, that's good.
So and again because he's bored, he decided to look up online for more superheroes, and then he finds
power of social networking. He went something online.
How does this work?
Match.com for superheroes. Hook me up with this guy. Supermatch.com. Craigslist Hero Edition.
And he basically finds this little mini.
He finds the Watchmen essentially.
Justice Forever, which. Okay.
No, he first finds the physics teacher.
Well, he's not a physics teacher. It's Donald Faison from Scrubs as Dr. Gravity, which has
who wants a baseball bat and tinfoil. Who fights evil with a tinfoil baseball bat.
Okay, and he finds this mini garage band type Justice League called Justice Forever, who's led by
Jim Carrey,
who I liked a lot.
Yeah. He was great. He was a good character. I will say though, I will still forever call him basically the comedian from Watchmen. He basically had the exact same mentality, same costume, same attitude about him, which is why I liked him.
Same sort of. Well, it's not exactly the same moral, because the idea behind Jim Carrey's character is that he was an ex-German mafia or something. This is ex-mafia.
He was part. Wait, what? The Jim Carrey?
Yeah, he was an ex-mafia.
He was the ex-mafia of Red Miss's father's gang.
Yeah, and eventually that's at some point
because when later. Okay,
let's explain Jim Carrey's character first. And he eventually has a change of heart and becomes
a born-again
Christian. It was actually pretty cool. Yeah. And he has a great bat and the dog you see in the trailer.
Yeah.
He was actually really funny and had a great accent. Yeah. Too bad. He's basically Nicolas Cage's impression, Nicolas Cage stand-in.
Replacement.
Even though he has a third less of this.
You want to get the air going?
Yeah.
Even though it was basically he was basically just a Nick Cage replacement, and his role is basically just that of a cameo. When you really think about it, it's like the equivalent of Liam Neeson appearing in Battleship.
Yeah. Sorry if the sound gets weird. We have the air conditioning
Battleship.
He was all over the trailer, and he was in that movie for that one scene.
Okay.
Same thing with Jim Carrey. And you know the scenes he appears in the trailer? That's how much he appears in the movie.
Yeah, it's just extended here and there. Let's see. He also has the Justice Forever. I thought that was the best part of that was the best part of the first half. The first half to me was my favorite part because it felt.
I had I felt like I had some kind of bro fist with the characters at that moment. I felt pretty awesome.
Because with the Just Forever, they're not really important to the plot, but they're nice bit roles.
They're cool guys. They help out the soup kitchen. They do community service.
Yeah. There's this Ma and Pa couple who lost their son and whose son was kidnapped.
Tommy is missing, and they're wearing the lost. Call this number if you found him.
Which I thought was cute. There was this gay character who came out of the closet and has this. I'm not sure who the name is. They kept calling him Insect Guy,
Insect Man, or something.
And he the cool thing is he doesn't wear a mask.
He doesn't wear a mask
because it feels like
he came out of the closet.
It feels like going back in.
And it would feel like going back in.
a night bitch, which is basically Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn,
Harley
but then
Quinn except
who teaches ballet, like an everyday job.
and she's not psychotic or anything.
She's just like,
but she is crazy.
And Clark Duke, who's just there because he just wants to, because we need, he's yeah. There's no reason he needs to be there. He just wanted to do something, pretty much.
Yeah.
Clark Duke, he is kind of funny in the movie. He doesn't have that many good lines, but like he's a nice presence.
He's there.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Since you brought up all the heroes, I think we should bring up the super villains.
Okay.
Okay, you want to get into like the whole motherfucker story right now?
Okay, so motherfucker.
Parents said, hormonal anger.
We already talked about the issue with it, with his dad being dead, also his mom during the first portion of the movie.
In the first 5 minutes.
Yep. And now he's I guess you could basically say...
He is the butler. He is Alfred.
Yeah, Javier.
Alfred tells him.
The Alfred, but then Javier did not really like that. But even so...
He was helpful. Yeah. He was nice. He
filled the same role.
Yeah,
he makes a good
guardian. He's a guardian, and in a way, that voice of reason, but then a twisted voice of reason.
It's basically like if some of you actually saw Demo Reel, there was this joke about like how does it work when you have the child owner of the older slave that he's supposed to also be the guardian, and he's like, go to your room, and the little child's like, go to your room, yes sir. It's basically kind of like that, because what Red Mist does for the first half of the movie is basically gather up his own gang of super crazy psychotic villains.
Like, let's see, the Tumor, Black Death, or something like that.
That's actually one of the parts I liked about the movie, because how it kept subverting...
Genghis Carnage.
Mother Russia, yeah.
No, it kept subverting all the more controversial parts of the original Kick-Ass 2. It's like the rape scene and the homophobia.
Dude,
and the racism.
I kind of expected that, like, when after he decided to call the African
he's like
American dude.
He has like a black guy named Black Death. He has a Russian guy. I
was hoping you could call the Asian Yellow Fever or something like that.
Genghis Carnage sounds
but that's cooler.
And then like the entire time, John was like, all of these people are racist. Why are all your names racist? And it's like Mother Russia. It's like Mother Russia cannot be on the same team as Motherfucker. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
Also, this great scene, again, spoilers, but like this scene where they're attacking one of the members, and he's trying. They're referencing to a rape scene apparently in the books. I've never read any of the comics, but
the comic's written by
Mark Miller.
It's basically this, but worse. Mm-hmm. Like in other words, like it doesn't fucking hold back with any of this shit. He just goes pure on all out. But the bad thing is, it's like just purely for shock value. Basically.
Here they subvert it. They sort of respect it, but they realize you don't want to see that, and I appreciate that. That was a smart move on their part.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
So most of the supervillains were just kind of they didn't really do anything. It was all Mother Russia shit.
They're just mercenaries. They fill.
They don't even do it. They don't really have anything.
They fill the minion role.
Minion mercenary role, yeah.
And
I guess like it's. Do you have anything you want to add to the supervillain stuff?
Not really. You kind of took my role, but whatever. It's okay.
Okay, well,
I don't have to talk as much.
Okay, well, I'll get on like with, of course, the Hit Girl story, and one thing. Okay.
You like Mean Girls?
You like Mean Girls? Well, guess what? Here's a less good version for you.
Less good? What, is that grammatically correct? Less
Who
good.
cares? Anyway.
Hey, you have plastics though. Okay, plastics.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, like Hit Girl, the movie actually feels compelled to point out the very right fact that what Big Daddy did to her is very fucked up, because he basically took this little girl and turned her into a murdering machine. Because she did. Because I'm serious. Like I'm pretty sure she racked up a huge body count in that first movie, and I know she. But
she had 2 scenes dedicated to her, basically just wiping an entire room out.
Yeah. And number one, that's fucked up because she was like 12 or 13 or something like that.
Probably not. I think 9. No, because
it was like 2 years ago, according to.
Well, she's still a 9th grader. I'm not sure of the difference.
Well,
in time.
Whatever. Point is, she was a young kid.
Yeah.
Yep. Young enough to get raped by Pedo Bear. On a scale from 1 to 10. How old are you?
The problem with the Hit Girl...
Okay.
The problem with the Hit Girl storyline is it's pretty much completely irrelevant to anything that's going on.
It's completely irrelevant, and on top of that, at the end of the day, even though initially it's pointing out like how fucked up it is, nothing comes of it, because at the end of the day,
it's basically,
we just go right back to that fucked up area. She goes through this whole Mean Girls storyline, picked up by the plastics, becomes one of them, gets betrayed by him, and then gets her fucking revenge.
But then she does show kind of some kind of resistance to it. So you know,
she resistance, but she's
eventually
she accepts it because she's
actually part of the group now.
But she's actually a teenage girl.
But like I said, that doesn't change the fact that it's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And, like, at the same time, it seems to be celebrating it. Yeah. Like, it's almost celebrating the body trail she's leaving.
It's supposed to, because, like...
Well, it's like self-expression. It's being whoever, like...
And, like...
but like I said, it doesn't change the fact that, like, it really bugs me, because even in the first movie, I couldn't help thinking how screwed up it was.
No, I think, in my opinion, it's more like a identity crisis kind of thing turned up to 11 in a sort of distorted kind of way, you know, because at that age where Hit Girl is going through high school, I think. Yeah.
She's a freshman.
That's the time where hormones go crazy. You don't know where you belong. Hit Girl belonged to
hormones.
Yeah, Hit Girl belongs to battling crime, criminals, and protecting the city, and she is not used to the typical girl like school hierarchy kind of life.
There's this great scene when she's first trying to join up with these girls. Right?
She tries to join the plastics.
They've never met in a scene before, which is weird how they just sort of drop her in there.
Yeah, like out of nowhere. And I don't even know how the hell they got in contact in the first place.
Yeah, that was probably...
We'll assume it happened off screen.
Probably a deleted scene.
But then she's dropped in the middle of there, and teenage hormones start running crazy.
It's bright colors, it's pink bed sheets, they're playing... But actually, it's
they're watching a parody of One Direction.
Union J... Carry me.
3D.
Carry on.
1D, 3D.
That's what they're watching.
We got an extra preview of 1D, 3D in Kick-Ass 2.
And anyway, she gets all fucking hot and horny from that.
I know I did. I got.
You're not allowed to talk
That's
anymore
what
in this
the
video
problem
if that
with
was
Kick-Ass. It's like he's supposed to be nerdy, but then he takes off his shirt. He's basically six-pack. He's got a
bodybuilder's build.
Yes.
Dude, he's got an 8-pack, not a 6-pack.
But he keeps it's really confusing because he keeps changing from having glasses to no glasses. It's like they don't specify if he has contacts or anything. But that's just a weird tangent. The problem with the Mean Girls thing, because like they have it's so like emphasized, and it's like Kick Girl is okay because like that's just who she is, and that's fine.
But at the end of the day, even though it's really fucked up, no matter how you think about it, that's my main problem with it, is that at the end of the day, nothing really came of the Hit Girl story. Nothing was really accomplished.
She didn't really she didn't use any of that knowledge or anything.
No. At the end of the day, she just goes right back to how she was before.
It's
so
basically
in other
just
words, it might as well have just not have happened.
There was this nice moment, like, where she's trying out for the cheerleaders, of course, because that's, like, apparently the least what girls can do.
That's apparently all girls can do in high
And then,
school.
of course, she brings out the martial arts kind of thing.
I thought that was a good moment, because it's, it's character development, bringing out, like...
Yeah, but I don't know, it's kind of a
It gets action in there.
It's just another expression of how messed up she is, if you ask me.
The trope, I feel like that trope has been used way too much when it comes to those kinds of movies. Like, you know how like they have like Karate Kid, where like, oh, everything you do is martial arts because it's a way of life.
Wax on.
Yeah, wax on. Yeah, like I feel like that they used to use it a lot like back then, but
you mean the 80s?
Yeah. That everyday moments are basically part of this special subculture lifestyle, whatever it is, whether it be like doing kung fu or fighting crime. It's a part of life kind of thing. But Whatever. Now that was a tangent. Okay.
A lot of this movie, a lot of the first half of this movie is
and
a tangent.
nothing came of it, just like the Hit Girl.
A lot of the first half is really just a lot of spinning tangents and just spinning its reels and setting up
wheels. But ironically, that's probably the best part.
Yeah, because the first Kick-Ass, it felt like things were gradually building up. Things were set up. You had the parallel storyline. At some point they'd meet up, but it feels more natural. Here's just like. There's a lot of long stretches where Christopher Mintz-Plasse, the Red Mist, he's just not in the movie, and then he comes back suddenly, and it's a lot of your drawing tones.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I want to make a quick plug-in and a side note, because I thought it was really funny, personally. Every time there's a Mean Girls moment, our friend Luke here, he kept eating...
Every time
Mike and Ike's
pop
Zours.
a fucking Zour. And this thing is almost empty, because I kept popping so many of them whenever a Mean Girls moment popped
They're
up.
actually really good. This is not product placement at all. Yeah, there's a lot of product placement for Jeep in this movie.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I had like a whole bunch of freaking like Sour Patch Kids. And those were good.
I had
those
Zours.
Zours are not that bad, actually.
I haven't had Sour.
I've had them before.
They're actually not that bad.
They're nicer when you're in the mood. In fact, give me those.
They're like I like how like they're shaped like Poe, so it's like every time. It's like I like that they're shaped like Poe, so every time like.
Yeah. There's nothing really much else.
I like how a lot of the reviews a lot of the reviews out there was like, even like when there was like they're technically positive. There was like this movie falls into a lot of action cliches or falls back into them, even though they're trying to support them. This happens a lot in this movie. Like they abuse the character death like mad in this movie.
Yeah.
Because like the first remember in first Kick-Ass where they made it a real shock when Nicolas Cage dies, like at the hour and a half mark, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it was a really heartfelt moment. Jim Carrey, he only has 10 minutes of screen line, and then he's all alone in this.
Oh man, that was so sad. I really liked it.
And he gets fucking decapitated like mommy.
And hey, what happened to the dog?
The dog, he didn't kill the dog. He's not that evil.
Oh yeah, that was actually a funny line.
Wait, what? Wait.
The dog was probably just like left alone.
The dog was left alone.
They just forgot about it. They didn't kill him, but they just forgot.
The dog should have fought crime.
It should have become like fucking Crypto
Underdog,
the Super Dog.
Or just Underdog.
Underdog, Super
Or
Crypto.
Karate Dog.
Yes.
Speaking of which, should you review that or should I?
Oh, we'll get to that. Curious Lupa took that already.
Ah, fuck. Whatever, I'll rip it off.
Maybe there's a sequel. You can take that. What?
I have the Disney sequel. Okay.
Yeah, they abuse the character deaths.
Okay.
Because it basically marks a halfway point. Because that's probably Jim Carrey's death is like about an hour, maybe a little more or less. Felt like it.
I wasn't checking my.
The pacing of this movie feels a lot slower, kind of.
Yeah.
Because like
there's slower, but it's shorter.
Yeah. I heard it's like it's about maybe 10 minutes shorter.
It's slower, but it's shorter, which is weird.
Just because there's a lot of stuff happening, but not much is actually progressing per se.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
They're just running around in circles, basically.
Okay.
I've seen long movies that felt short, and I've seen short movies
and then
that
like
felt long.
5 minutes, probably less than 5 minutes later, there's this weird scene where Red Mist, he goes to this prison and meets this gangster who I have never seen in the first movie. We've
never seen him before.
No.
He wasn't in the first movie at all.
I saw it. Fresh.
The gangster was.
He's played by. I think he's played
related to Red Mist.
He was his uncle
or something like that. He's played.
Uncle.
If you're watching Game of Thrones, he's played by the knight who is with the Khaleesi the entire time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I recognize his face.
So in a last ditch attempt,
it's this weird twist that makes I don't know.
His uncle wants to bring him back into
the
reality,
real world.
Not I wouldn't say the dark side. He wants
the dark
to
side of reality.
The dark side of reality, going to college and actually living a normal life.
Even though he's a gangster.
Yeah, even though he's a gangster, but
I'm confused. Like, what is he living off of now? If like if the crime ring that he lived on before.
No, he's friends with the warden. He's friends with the warden.
Yeah,
I mean Chris Red Mist himself.
Oh.
Well, number one, mob bosses are fucking rich.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's actually his great line because he's a complete pussy in the movie. He gets beat up by everyone.
He's like, "Fuck this! I'm rich. My superpower is being rich."
Rich
Hey, you want to fight for me?
Yeah.
Oh, here, take this. More than this fucker, and then like, and so the Black Death was born, or like wait, Black Death?
Black Death.
Black Death was born.
I was hoping it was gonna be Black Angus from.
I
was hoping it was gonna be that from the Cinema Swap movie.
Ooh, that just made me think of the hot dogs back at the theater. They were selling Nathan's hot dogs.
They're actually pretty good.
Black Angus.
They're expensive, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, whatever.
What else?
Quite the tangent.
And like apparently he's like, what did he say exactly?
The uncle was like,
he's like, you want to see true evil?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your friend Javier. Hey Javier.
What are you talking about this one? And he's just stabbed by this random guy.
Stabbed in the neck.
Why do you have his phone?
And then the guy next to him in the car.
And then
No, I'm supposed to be doing it to Evan.
Yeah. Oh, you pretend to be him. No, you pretend to be Rasmus. You'll be the guy. I'll be John Leguizamo. Hey, buddy, why are you doing on this guy? Ah!
No, you're supposed to be like,
yeah,
choking.
Uncle. And then he's like, yeah, Uncle, you taught me everything I need to know.
Wait, what?
That scene goes nowhere. And like
at least to nothing.
It's not well established. It's a bad. It's
the
this is an unnecessarily dark scene.
The last ditch attempt to bring him back into a normal life wasn't really an attempt. I think it could have been more of something like reverse psychology in a way.
If the guy was in more than if the guy was actually in the first movie, maybe
it would have made sense, but he wasn't.
He wasn't.
And in the end, nothing comes of the scene, really.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's because of his character. He has a hard heart. So
it's basically encourages him to like
kill people,
do a whole purge on all the superheroes.
Which leads to Jim Carrey's death, and then like the attack on the Justice Forever group.
No, the attack on Jim Carrey was before.
Okay.
Before.
And then there's like the subversion of the rape scene, which was still fucking.
Yeah. It was uncomfortable, but at least
it was uncomfortable. Motherfucker tried to get a boner. And then he started trying to.
I'm not in the mood, man.
At least it subverted it in that it didn't.
It was a smart way out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Smart way out would have been.
It would have been really dark if like.
Well, no one
would have been to not put it in.
But like you have to put it, like it's a funny way to like.
It's like
respect the.
We already know he's a villain. He keeps proclaiming himself as evil in case we didn't get tipped off.
And we already knew how much of a pussy he is because he can't beat up anyone. He can't even rob.
He hired Mother Russia.
He can't even properly rob a bank.
Mother Russia.
His first moment is to like rob this little convenience store.
Basically a 7-Eleven.
And he can't win at all.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, he shoots up a whole bunch of
bottles
and
the deaths in this movie are a lot more outrageous than anything I saw in the first movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first movie was really outrageous with a lot of its shit.
I know, but that the thing like the scene.
It's not like fucking.
There's a scene in this neighborhood where Mother Russia is just like attacking all this oncoming police. So she puts this lawnmower on the back of the car.
That was awesome.
And then reverses, and the car's back. Why is it braking back? Oh damn! We should drive out now. We're gone. And the lawnmower it bumps into, crashes back into the car, and this just rips their guys' throats. Like
Like I said, it feels
so cool. It was cool.
Like I said, it feels like we got dropped into the cartoonish world of Kill Bill.
This movie really is the personification of like a sequel that's trying to be bigger and bolder.
Yet I think it has a smaller budget.
It feels more, a little bit. It's 28 million.
It's smaller budget, being that like the CG was crap. The
fucking blood scene. That's what I noticed like immediately. Like that was the shittiest blood scene I've ever seen.
Look, since you were in charge of the Mean Girls section, can you explain how that ends? I guess
Mean Girls.
Okay, you ever seen Minority Report? The fucking barf sticks that they have? That's how it ends. She fucking barf sticks all of them.
Don't forget the diarrhea. The diarrhea.
Which is, by the way, the fakest looking diarrhea I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you just wonder how does it have that much like pressure like in her freaking ass to like actually shoot through her own pants.
Shoot through her underwear and shit. That just like.
Yeah, and like even the diarrhea just doesn't look like diarrhea. It just looks like
it looks
chocolate.
like a brown liquid.
The chocolate
fucking milk.
There's a lot.
The chocolate that came out of like Willy Wonka. It actually looks like that.
Yeah,
kind of chocolate.
yes, exactly. Yeah. The humor in this movie is a lot more juvenile, but I think maybe it's a little. To me, I guess it's kind. I admit it's a little. I thought there was a few more funnier lines in this one.
Yeah,
I'll admit.
At least it went further from like the fucking insulting nature of a lot of the jokes of the first movie.
I like this. I like the scene in the first movie where like Mark Strong, he's supposed to take his son to the movie. In the background, you hear all the violent noises, and then like he's going on a tangent about like we're gonna be 10 minutes late to the movie. Don't worry, I missed the trailers. I was like, but I want to get popcorn. Go get him popcorn and some Coke. Actually, also get me one an icy mix. You know, like when they put the two colors in. I thought that was a great tangent because I kind of like feel the same way.
That's exactly what you would say at any
I know.
moment.
I love that there's like an edit in this saying now showing The Spirit 3, and I laughed. You didn't remember that from the first movie?
Well, moving on. So like,
I guess like
anyway,
stuff happens.
Stuff happens.
Hit girl starts to realize who she truly is.
Even though
I
am Hit's girl, and then she.
Well, and then at the same time,
she becomes her. Then she becomes what she was before, and no character growth is achieved.
And Kick-Ass is like, I'm not going to put this mask back on. No.
No,
and then all of a sudden he puts his mask back on.
Because after the neighborhood attack scene, the police is like, no more costume heroes, but we're gonna put away like the good costume people.
Yeah, for some reason.
Oh, did we miss the fact that Kick-Ass's dad actually
died?
He died.
I was building up to that.
He basically tried to like scapegoat his way.
His son.
Yeah, save his son basically.
Yeah, and of course. The red mist or motherfucker.
No, because I have to set this up below.
Finds him.
No, because like this stupid friend, he couldn't. He was like
ass kicker.
Yeah, because like Clark. Okay, because again, he has Clark too, because like his good best friend, but then like they're trying to get his other friend Todd to be part of the group because they didn't want to feel bad. And it has this like pretty much this rip off Kick-Ass costume, except it's yellow. It's a yellow and green.
It's a palette swap, basically.
Yeah. And he keeps like copying Kick-Ass's like making like variations of Kick-Ass.
Kicker. That's what he decides on.
Dr. Kick-Ass.
I'll call him dumbass because that's what he is.
Yes, pretty much.
Wait, Nick? What was the other one? The
Cocksucker.
No, it wasn't cocksucker. It was
not
or
something.
Yeah,
that was one of them. Block. It was something about involving nuts.
It's okay, don't worry about it. And he felt betrayed, and somehow he found where Red Mist / motherfucker is, and he's like, oh, that's his dad. He's like, don't tell anyone I said that. It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? And the entire joke of this character, that part of the scene, is like, oh, is this guy really serious? Yeah. He has a shark in the background. Look at his outfit. What do you think?
We've already established that he's serious.
And the shark was actually dead, or thought it was.
Asleep. I fucking knew it was asleep.
Yeah, I think everyone
that guy
knew,
was like the character was
including Mother Russia. Mother Russia was like, nah.
It is sleeping. All you need to do is feed it.
Yeah.
And like, where are we gonna feed it? And then Mother Russia looks at...
This movie's a lot more
sloppier.
Black
Death like,
this movie's really
you look like tasty morsel for fish.
No, this movie's like really sloppy with like a setup. So like at the beginning of we talked about that in the climax. It's like, okay, so his father dies, and he's like, no. And then like he has this funeral scene, and then suddenly more action scene, more cartoonish action scene.
More cartoonish Kill Bill action scenes in the real world, where fucking Hit Girl somehow she gets on top of the fucking van.
Somehow she pops out of nowhere. Like before we saw her in that scene, she got hit by the shockwave of a grenade launcher.
She was on the ground.
She gets slammed into like a stone angel and then like back placed down on the ground.
Yeah.
We don't see her like get back up or see Gabe get kidnapped or anything.
Now she gets on the van and then like a cartoonish Kill Bill action scene takes place.
And like guys are falling in the bag or getting run over and it's more cartoonish stuff.
And then of course like she doesn't get shot at all or whatever. And like she manages to save Kick-Ass, captures the driver, and like basically manages to get him to spill the beans as to where the motherfucker's headquarters is. And right now, he has gone, like, completely insane and has gathered up his own army of evil.
They bring up at this last minute, is like, what does every supervillain need to destroy the city? And he has all these, like, random fertilizer bombs. It's not only set up, but like he's gonna burn the city with fertilizer bombs.
I was just thinking,
but
like,
which he never
wants
got.
to
He
destroy
never got
the
the chance
tri-state
to.
area.
I know they didn't even like light the fire. It's like they have to we have to get out of the building. It's gonna blow. Like they didn't do anything like that.
Nope. They don't have the budget.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to say like
the explosion of that one cop car.
They
that was where all their budget went to.
They didn't even have a budget for the shark eating.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we'll explain that later. Because at the end, they have the big showdown between the two superhero army.
JLU did it better.
Which I know, like Brad Jones said, like the action was worse here. I thought it was a little sloppier, but I still think it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it
was a Kill Bill knockoff in terms
there was a lot of nice choreography. Yeah. The shaky cam and the editing is a bit sloppier, but overall I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But again, like the ending is like it's bigger, so there's less stuff to track of, and the climax is worse because there's a lot more like pointless plot threads and characters that we have something to do.
Yeah.
Because like his entire time, Hit Girl is fighting Mother Russia because they're both girls, and like there's no like real build up or a personal connection to
just
anything.
Like
you.
Because at least with in the climax for Kick-Ass, it was just okay. Kick-Ass and Hit Girl. Hit Girl is trying to finish where his father started. Kick-Ass wants to make up for pretty much getting him killed. And he has a jetpack, which makes there's no jetpack
in the
this
real world.
I know that's what people. That's why my response is with the people when people say like this is the real like when the jetpack is with the flying jetpack with Gatling guns is introduced with the Black Christian Crier. I think we've officially escaped the real world.
Like I said, this is the Kill Bill world.
Oh yeah, there's no explanation to what happens to the jetpack.
I wish it was the Riddick world.
Yeah, ridiculous.
There's no jetpack in this movie, so like instantly point down.
Whatever. So at the end of the day, huge fight scene.
Okay, and they set up they very poorly or obviously set up like we have these needles, but we don't use them to a last resort. Why last resort? Okay, and it's pretty much adrenaline shots. It's like why last resort?
And
the audience would
fucking Akira. That's what they are.
The audience would think that they were basically like suicidal, kind of like syringes that would put you down or the opponent down. But no, it becomes heroin.
Adrenaline.
No, it's heroin.
It's adrenaline.
It's got to be heroin.
Speed is what it is.
It's heroin.
Because apparently, because when it's first used, Hit Girl is basically beat down, and she's like in like a.
It's heroin.
No, it's the fucking.
She's basically like in a headlock with Mother Russia's knees, like and she finds it like you think Beauty Noodle can kill me,
no,
and she's just
you think Beauty Noodle can kill me?
And he says it to her. It's like, just throw it away and kill her.
And snap her neck like Captain Stars and Stripes. You won the Cold War like that.
Yep.
So yeah, she gets it. She turns into the Flash and like gathers up a dozen flash shards.
It looks really cheap.
And then fake CGI blood spurts out. She's like.
And then she throws it up into the air and like yay confetti, and then like starts. Like
if that was like a finisher, if that was a finisher in like Injustice. That actually would look really cool.
Man, but
no, then that's a Mortal Kombat finisher.
But that's only if you have broken glass. That's only if you have broken glass.
Well, it should be like an environmental finish.
Environmental finish.
Yeah. Those are awesome, by the way, environmental finishes.
Oh, now we're bringing Injustice in here, and those are real superheroes.
Well, fuck off. Let's go on. Let's go on to the end. To the end. So, as I've come to expect in most comic book movies, the bad guy climbs on top of a building. And then he has the showdown. And then he has the showdown with the hero, and like and because he's a fucking dumbass, he manages to fall through the roof. And of course, the hero like, I'll save you because that's what fucking heroes do.
It's like, no, I'm an idiot.
I'm the villain. I will go out in a bang.
Hey, let's crack open those windows.
Falls down and falls into the shark tank. And of course, the shark is alive. Everyone knew that.
Wait, and do you think we can let down this? Like, no, we can't.
No, it's super.
And the shark eats him. Well, no, it doesn't kill him because in the post-credits thing, we see he's still alive.
Somehow, someone rescued him, and he's sent in some facility.
Think about this. Someone had to rescue him.
Because everyone, I guess the police, maybe.
Police, but then he was in the shark tank.
He would have died of blood loss.
Well, they still would have found him.
No, he would have been completely eaten. Yeah. Unless the shark got full.
So they
he either would have been eaten or he would have at least died from blood loss. Because generally sharks don't eat humans.
I don't think it really matters. Just know that he basically survived. He could have pulled himself out because he still has his arms.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
It's like and like the blood in the water. You think he's dead.
Yeah. Why do they have to do that all the time?
Well, there's a third book. I know there's a third comic. Thanks to Angry Joe who told me.
Yeah.
If he ever watches this, we supported the Angry Army objective. Shout out.
That doesn't help us at all.
Yeah, that doesn't help us.
Okay, this is running on goddamn long.
Okay, finish up. Again, is he retiring again? Kick-Ass? They didn't really specify that.
Anyway, Hit Girl screams off into the distance on a motorcycle
because
surprise, surprise, racking up a body count is bad.
And so she gets out of the city like Sarah Connor on her motorcycle, and then
end credits. Nothing really resolves for Kick-Ass because they don't explain how he's gonna live without any parent figures. And then
now he has the Iron Man mask apparently.
I guess he takes up Edgar's place, and then I guess he might be in some contact with.
Don't know if Kick-Ass 3 or Iron Man 4.
Oh yeah, because it has this cool they show in the corners in the foreground is the last image of the movie. Is he has a now metal Kick-Ass helmet instead of the spent latex whatever the swimsuit's made out of.
Too bad he's not going to have $1 billion to fund this project.
Well, he still has an entire headquarters of guns.
They left the guns, but apparently not the jetpack.
Yeah,
not the jetpack. Man, I want a jetpack. That would be so awesome.
Okay, so
all of the movie's problems would be solved with the jetpack.
Okay, so we've already covered.
And then end credits. He's in this weird hospital, and
we already established that. Yeah.
He's pretty much lost his entire bottom half of his body.
Yeah, and his dick is gone too.
Even though he never had one.
That was another.
No, his dick was just useless. It was just useless.
Yeah,
so. It was a fucking pussy. Okay, in that case, I think with all this, we've already established two of them. We've already gone over the story. We already pretty much covered the characters all the way through.
And visually too. Just know that the CG is pretty bad. But then
it looks close enough to the original movie that
it still has the same visual style of the first movie.
Has the same comic book text, and this great scene.
Just expect the same thing from Kick-Ass 1.
Well,
except slightly less good.
Just think how the bigger in terms of scale a sequel is always usually worse. It's basically this movie.
Yeah.
There's more characters, but it's more diluted. It's
it's like Iron Man fucking 2.
It's more forced. It's the writing's not sharp per se. Let's see what else are problem. It's more cliched. A lot more forced tropes. We're almost done. The character death. The tragic character death is overused to death. A lot more awkward moments. Luke and I cringed a fair amount of times.
I was cringing throughout all the Mean Girls stuff.
I like the first half of the movie. I liked the first half of the movie a lot because it felt.
And okay, yeah.
Second one was just a lot of forced violence and stuff. There was good action. A lot of forced character action and story cliches or archetypes, as the movie puts it. That it's just forced anywhere, but
it's just tropes.
I'd if you like the first Kick-Ass, you'd probably like this one fine. Just it's
fine.
Let's briefly mention the fourth pillar, the audio. Okay,
there's two awesome songs in this movie, and they're both in the action scenes. Because one is when the Justice Forever team first attack
when they go into action.
They attack this prostitution ring, and they're playing when the Saints go marching in, and this is an awesome rock tune.
Yeah,
and then when Mother Russia is fucking up the police,
it's playing Tetris.
It's playing the Tetris theme. Okay, so at least the music was awesome a couple of times.
Yeah, and then we have the whole stripper tune where it was drop it like an earthquake. I
fucking hate anything that uses that, I'm gonna be honest.
Really? So, I like it. I'm sorry, I'm a techno dude.
I give it I usually grade off like the IMDb scale, so like I give the first one the 7. I give this one sort of around the 7, maybe like a 6.8 if you round it up.
I'm sticking with a 6.5, just 6.5. I'm going by flat number 5.
Okay.
I'm hitting a 6 on it.
I liked it enough that I'd be okay.
If
with
we're
it.
going, give it like a little less than a 6, like a 5.5, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
You're so indecisive.
So I liked it enough.
Fine, hit it up. Continue, keep it at the 6.
So yeah, okay. So I sort of recommend it, especially if like the first one. There's some actually good stuff about like the consequences of violence or being a superhero. The father figure syndrome.
Father
No,
figure.
because like what else?
Father figure is protecting the city.
The real world
the influence
thing
of father
never comes
figures.
into it again. Like the first one, the real world stuff never really comes into it.
Yeah, that's another problem. Again, I probably mentioned before, but like it keeps emphasizing this is the real world. Things are getting serious, but no, you're having all these crazy costume heroes literally like somehow beating this gang of trained or violent psychotics.
Yeah, and I guess I can because of the fact that they took the father figure thing as they use the hint from like the kid the fact that Red Mist's father is dead. Like you might they might as well for Kick-Ass 3 just use the ending of Kick-Ass 2 where Hit Girl drives off like Sarah Connor, and then you have Iron Man as Kick-Ass as Iron Man. I bet you it's gonna turn into something like Terminator.
Yeah.
Nah, Terminator
was
was like, first one was great, second one was even better, third one was where it started going downhill, and then fourth one was shit.
Okay, so I just assume because we're edging like with the commercials, we're edging at a little over an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I like it fine. Maybe a B minus. Probably a B.
We already went over.
We already gave it our grades. I'll just say I'll say this much: if you didn't really care for the first one, I didn't really care for the first one. You probably won't really care for this one either. But if you liked it, you'll probably like this one also.
Yeah.
It's basically more of the same.
It's just they match the standard as they have established the first time, and they haven't lost a single bit of it. Or really gained.
The acting here is really good, I think.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll give them that. The acting is good.
Yeah.
Acting is good.
Now, yeah. Like Chloe Grace Moretz, like now since she's like aged like technically 3 years, like it's I love the violent girl stuff is a little less awkward.
Yeah.
Like it's less awkward, but still.
Oh, that's also a trope. The mean girls trope.
Christopher Platts Moons. I'm sorry if I'm get the last name conjunction switched around. I think he's good. Actually,
I have to say the acting. The Hit Girl was not exactly.
Wasn't as big as a shock that made the first one.
Yeah, you know.
She's more subdued technically in this movie.
Yeah,
but
she's still
they
good.
Pretty much do nothing with her, really.
Yeah, she's literally grounded. That's like for the second half of the movie. Why can't you help me? I'm grounded. Really?
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for watching the Media Misfits.
Review 1 over hour.
First one is done. If you like it, well, it's going down.
We'll be back soon, hopefully with because we'll be doing a 3-part review of the Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy.
They're probably going to be in like 15 or 10 minutes each.
We'll have to.
It's going to have to be.
We're marathon Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and
Hot Fuzz. I want to watch that. I want to watch Hot Fuzz.
You still haven't watched it yet.
No.
And Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is fucking amazing.
Shaun of the Dead.
We'll definitely do a review as long as this one for World's End. We might do like short impression stuff for Hot Fuzz.
Short impressions.
But like well, you probably if you're watching this, you've probably
already seen them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
we'll get back to you on that, viewing audience.
So yeah, more stuff coming out. Not just that, but probably other stuff eventually also, hopefully.
All right.
Soon enough, hopefully.
Bye. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks for your hour of time.